1 2 1 2. We are back in the building. We are back in the building. What's up, y'all? It's the Kiss Radio Show live here on Fubu Radio. And we are doing some business, y'all. What's going on?
What's good? What's good?
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Always a good day. Kick the week off.
Hey, shout out to Michael McFadden.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, me out here. We had some good food, good drink. Had some fun, man.
Drink.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got the antifreeze. I'm saucy right now.
I guess you could call it antifreeze. It's been cold.
Yes, sir.
It's good weather. It ain't cold yet.
Oh, we getting there. Got the hoodie on. Got the Kiss Radio Show hoodie on with the Kiss Radio Show mug with the antifreeze in it. This is how we do it here on Fubu Radio. And today is like no other. We gonna start off good with some feel-good Sunday music. We're going to give it up to Jackie Clark and our favorite TFP and Mary J. Blige. It's the Kiss Radio Show live. We going in and coming back with the topic of the day, front page, and the Dunce Hat. We'll be back. Let's go. Hey!
Get up, jump up all over the nation. It's a party, here's a celebration. If you can't think of a reason to celebrate, just think about the fact that you woke up today. Oh! Everybody all around the world, take a minute and just let it go. Let it flow. Doesn't matter if you're young or not enough. Don't hold back, go ahead and let it flow. It's okay if you wanna dance. Throw your hands up, break away for a moment to free yourself. I don't care, let 'em stay. Just scream and shout. Go ahead and let it all out. It will make you feel good, It will make you feel good, So make you feel good, It will make you feel good. Count your blessings and not your problems. Worrying about them won't help you solve them. If you can't think of a reason to celebrate, just think about the fact that you woke up today. Everybody all around the world, take a minute and just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Doesn't matter if you're young or not. No. Don't hold back, go ahead and let it flow. It's okay if you wanna dance. Throw your hands up, break away for a moment to free yourself. I don't care, let 'em stare. Just scream and shout. Go ahead and let it all out. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel good. Make you feel good.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel good.
Real good. TP. Look. Now what we doing here is hardly nothing. The music bumping, now everybody groove for something. But don't sit down. I'd rather you get down. When the mans go up, they better not come down. Look, I know it's rough, boss, getting on your nerves, huh? Paycheck is less than what you deserve, huh? Well, that's life with a capital L. I turn my L's into W's. I'm doing it well. You gotta shake it off so you can take off. Kick out some things, gotta break off. He's got the power in my darkest hour, so I know I'm good when the day comes. It's three queens, number one Jackie, plus MJB, and the girl TP. So please, don't just take it from me. Get up out your seat. It'll make you feel good.
It will make you feel good.
It'll make you feel good. Hey,
It will make you feel
I feel good. We feel good. We feel good.
Yeah, y'all know who that is. That's the one and only Jackie Clark, TFP, and Mary J. Blige. Welcome back to the Kiss Radio Show live. I'm your boy, Core DJ Hershey.
Vasir Serrano, the voice.
And your boy Cornelius George.
And we are back here on Fubu Radio and iHeart and Radio.com.
Oh yeah, I feel good.
Welcome back to the show. Hey, so I know this was inspirational and all, but for some reason I wanted to say made me feel good with that song.
Oh boy, here we go.
Is that the wrong place to kind of
That was
say
the
that?
Halle Berry from Monsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
fact that you know that.
The fact that I
scares me.
know.
I mean, everybody knew that one.
I did
I
not.
want you to make me feel
I mean,
good.
for every dude at that time, it was like, oh, so that's what she sound like during this time.
Oh my goodness.
It kind of threw me off, though.
It scared me.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you got a fine woman and she sound wicked like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have had performance
Absolutely.
anxiety.
Ooh.
Love.
No,
All right.
no Karen.
Yeah. Speaking of sounding wicked, topic of the day.
Oh.
Gender roles.
Okay.
Here we go.
Are they still there?
That's interesting.
You know, in light with everything changing, we got, men cook now, right?
Like they didn't cook before.
Well, I mean, the thing is before it was kind of like when it came to especially household duties or activities outside, there were certain things that we do.
Right. Well, there were certain things that were expected, right, for both genders.
Right.
And so we've gotten away from traditional gender roles. But that's not, I don't think that's a good or a bad thing in many cases.
What say you, Cornelius?
I agree. Gender roles, I think they're still there. Depending on who you are, I think there's still some form of gender roles that are there. People still have their ideology of what is expected of themselves and what is expected of the other gender.
Right.
So everybody has, so you like, if you are a male, you think women should do this, and women think the same thing, and then it also comes down to, in my opinion, how gender role hadn't evolved enough in our minds to where the other side can have, it can be that way. Because you hear both men say, I think women should always do this, or women should say, men can do this right here. This is what a man should do. And it hadn't evolved enough in our mind about the opposite.
So it's more of the evolution part. Okay, I get it.
You know what? I'm not even sure. My personal opinion, I'm not sure if there's an actual evolution in the gender roles themselves. I know one thing that is for sure is relationships have changed. The way that people practice relationship has changed drastically, and therefore their expectations have changed, and their idea of what the gender roles are has changed as well.
The what?
Gender roles.
When the gender roles. Hey, 678-894-0026. You want to join in this conversation, you can call in and have some fun with this. Gender roles, are there really a standard right now, man? We got mixed emotions here in the studio.
I think there should always be a standard.
Yeah, I think there's always...
But standards don't change, right?
Standards do change. You can't say standards don't change.
People change.
Standards are consistent.
People change.
Really?
Yes.
There's a
I
standard.
agree with that.
The SAT had a standard of what the score should be, and then you see they always go up. Standards do go up. So standards do change.
I don't know.
I guess the type of standard then.
Well, we got to be more specific. We're going to talk about standards not changing. Look at the standard was how the pecking order should have been of white males and white women and black men. So all those things there. The standard does change. Standards do change because we want things to change.
Well, so maybe it's a labeling thing that needs to change.
Yeah, because you have a personal standard for yourself. That don't mean
right. So my standard is this, but my standards hasn't changed since I was 16. You see what I'm saying? It's like I didn't make an adjustment on certain things only because of, I guess, somebody else's viewpoint on it. Because it's my standard.
Well, what you looked for in a car at 16 is not what you look for a car at 40.
Actually, yeah, it is.
I mean, but for most of us though, your standard is still like this is what it is. So you're gonna,
right.
I mean, it changes. It has to change because you change, you evolve. So it's not gonna be. I don't have the same standard at 16 as I do.
Well, see,
this age here.
So, and that's what I was saying.
Some things I might do, but across the board, I can't say.
And that's what I was saying. I think it's more of how it's categorized. See, that to me is a preference. It's not a standard. You see, like
okay, what's the standard? We got it. So since you're big on definition,
I'm big on definition.
What is the standard? What are you talking about for standard?
A standard. Let me think about that. I want to
That's
pick
a
a
broad
good one.
term. That's a broad term.
Yeah,
So
it is.
should we be saying
Because
then
it depends
foundation?
on what subject you're talking about.
So does foundation change? Because I mean, quite honestly, people base their standards based off of the foundation of whatever it is they're
Whatever
doing.
it is.
You need to look at what a
So-
standard is first, because how you gonna have well, I have a high standard. Like, well, what is the standard?
So right, so it depends on the category that we're talking about. So my standard of, let's say, a woman. Okay, there are certain traits that I feel that a woman should have as a standard. That hasn't changed since I was.
But if they don't have
14.
that standard, are they less of a woman in your eyes?
No, never that. Never that. So I just identify her as that. That's not the one for me.
Okay, so your standards really don't mean nothing outside of yourself.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
Okay, just because you have a standard for women, you go, they don't meet that standard. They're not less of a woman in your eye. They're just not.
Just not for me. I mean, women do it all the time, but they might.
People do it all the time.
Well,
Not gonna let you
when I
take
say
it.
that is that women tend to use that term all the time, where in most cases it
Six
comes
figures.
right. It comes
Okay.
off derogatory, where now you got mad people around here, and instead of saying, "Well, it's just that you're not for me," and just leave it at that. Instead of they hitting the list. You ain't got the money, you ain't got the shoes, you ain't got the house, and you make a person feel bad about it. You see what I'm saying? It's different.
So they don't meet that material standard. Like if you don't have 6 figures, 6 feet.
Which right? Because I you know what? And it's funny. I have a female best friend, and she had told me somebody she was dating at the time. She was like, "Oh my gosh, if he was just like 3 feet taller,
Wow,
you know what I mean?" But he's a great
it's a preference.
dude. So it's kind of like you kind of have to balance it. Now, understand these standards. You're never gonna find them all.
Standards and preferences.
Standards and preferences. Yes, you're not gonna find them all in one person.
But is that really a standard then? If you're saying
It's a preference.
If it fluctuates,
Well,
is 6 feet a standard? I mean, years ago,
certain okay,
6 figures, is that a standard?
that should be a preference. Standard is I don't want you having a whole house in my house.
that's a standard.
Standard.
That's a standard.
Not
unless
gonna change.
you for hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Hoes need love.
And then you gotta be careful because
Well, they get 'em.
And love and rules now.
So
got-
standard. So
they got
so
love.
Yeah,
standards.
let a whole be
So
a
we
hoe
got to
now.
define what a standard is first. Though, what do you mean by a
Jeez,
standard?
oh,
Is a standard your personal preference? That's your. I mean, 'cause that's what it is.
that's my standard. But yeah, like I said, and that's what we were talking about when it comes, especially when it comes to relationship. When you have a conversation, you should have that conversation with that man or that woman, because what I feel is right for me, another man may not.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say that people change when it comes down to gender roles, which was the original question. People's standards change because people change, right? So I said before that standards don't change. Well, I guess as a person matures or does not mature, their standards
Yeah.
do indeed change, and therefore their expectation of the gender role perhaps changes
Oh,
as
so
well.
standard and expectation is okay.
Well, so understand, a standard for me is something that I would say that I know in long term
What does Webster say about
it's
standard?
not going to work. Kiss Radio. I see y'all out there. What y'all say? Who's that? Latoya. Most people's foundations don't change.
That's true.
The standards often do.
Yeah.
I agree. Shout out to Stormy. I see you out there, Miss Monroe.
The business
Welcome to the show. That's my sister right there.
Hey, Ma.
Crazy, but what say you? 678-894-0026. Y'all can call in, join in, and chime in. Cornelius, as you're looking up the definition, it is your segment, sir.
All right.
Ready for you.
Yes. It's that time of the week to clear your mind,
Oh, yes.
focus on something good and positive. You've been all on Backpage. You've been on Instagram. You've been on Snapchat. You've been on TikTok, which won't be much longer.
Well, no Oracle.
And so now it is that time to focus on getting back on the front.
Oh, the bus?
Yeah, on front of the bus,
On the bus?
in front of the sidewalk. No,
No?
get with the front page
Oh,
with Vasir Serrano.
I like that. Hello, front page.
What's up, fam? Welcome to the front page. All right, we're going to get down to business. And speaking of standards, we lost a great woman of great standard in Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who passed away of complications of metastatic pancreatic cancer. She was 87 years old. I would suggest anyone who's interested in law and anyone who wants to fully understand why she was so impactful to definitely research this woman's life. She was a force to reckon with. She spent 40 years on the bench, first as a judge in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, and then as a Supreme Court judge. She was nominated by President Bill Clinton. She was certainly a trailblazer, and she was a trailblazing lawyer for sex equality. She served on the U.S. Supreme Court for more than 25 years, and she was also co-founder of the Women's Rights Project at the American Civil Liberties Union, and she played a leading role, and probably what you would consider the key role, in pressing courts to accept legal arguments that laws treated men and women differently. Those are unconstitutional. And she was a warrior. The way that she fought, people compared her style or called her the Thurgood Marshall of gender equality law, and it put her in the company of other trailblazing civil rights pioneers, and she will surely be missed. You would find her a lot in the news lately. It's like every time she had a visit to the hospital for one reason or another, there were some people I won't go into mention who were pretty much looking for this woman to pass away quite some time ago. But she's been a fighter for a very, very long time, and we certainly respect her memory. We live under some of the laws that she helped pass and the things that she stood for. And as a woman, I'm very, very proud to say that I lived in a time where she sat on the bench. And it's been very interesting just to see that since she has passed, how immediate people have been trying to fill her seat.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. But according to her niece, one of her dying words, if you will, would be, the most fervent wish is that I will not be replaced until a new president is installed. And I guess she knew the storm that would be coming. So Since this announcement of her death, there have been several people who have been recommended from the Senate, and most of them have turned the opportunity down. And some people even say wait until the next president for this to happen, but it seems like there's a different agenda being pushed right now.
I wonder why.
Yep.
You ain't got to wonder. She did pass away in her home in Washington, and she was surrounded by her family at the time, and she will be laid to rest at the Arlington National Cemetery. Now, celebrating her life, let's celebrate the life of someone still living, and it has taken quite some time for this particular type of celebration to happen. Congratulations to Eddie Murphy as he finally scores his first primetime Emmy as a guest actor and comedian in the series category for hosting Saturday Night Live, which is kind of ironic because he hosted Saturday Night Live over 40 years ago. It launched his career.
Right.
And
he was on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I'm
He was
sorry. He was
hosting.
on
the show.
I'm sorry. Correct. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you very
he was
much.
on the
Yes, he
show.
was on the show for over 40 years, and he had been nominated, I think, 5 times for different awards and never won. And then finally, this opportunity comes after he hosted in December of last year, 35 years. 35
Interesting.
years after he left. So, it's definitely an opportunity for celebration for Eddie Murphy. He is certainly well deserving. Now, not to stir the pot, but I do question its timing.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Because he deserves it. Let me not make any mistakes there. He absolutely deserves it. He deserved it a long time ago, but it seems a little PC for me.
Eddie, why you treat me like animal?
Big honor for him.
He's got issues. Speaking of issues, Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Now,
She tied that in.
you don't normally hear me talk about the stuff that people talk about as far as entertainment news and stuff. I try to stay away from those types of things, but I really wanted to mention this. Everybody knows now that Cardi B has submitted for her divorce.
What?
Yeah, you're so surprised. And there's a bunch of speculations. There's speculation that Offset has another child coming, that he cheated on her again, and Cardi B took to social media and she went live and she said she's tired of the arguing. Clearly, things are not working out well with their relationship. She's not wanting to keep up airs, and she's just handling her business. Unfortunately, because they live a public life, there's a lot of people who have a lot to say. But when it comes down to your life, you have a decision on who you want to spend the rest of your life with. I think marriage is a very serious institution. Of course, there was a lot of skepticism, primarily because their marriage was the engagement, I should say, was a big farce because they were married for almost a month before he got on his one knee at the concert and proposed to her, and she, put on the dramatic response. And no love lost for me for Cardi B. I mean, I think she's a strong woman. I think she's very, very opinionated. I appreciate her opinion. Many of the times her delivery might not be what people like, but it's still food to me. I appreciate her. And I think that taking a stand and being public, as long as you are remaining to stand on your stance that you present to people. So if she goes back now and says, well, I went live and I said this and I said that, but I'm going to change my mind. As long as she stands on what she says, I'm there.
Standard.
I'm 100% in.
Preference.
If
standard.
it ain't working out, you got to make a decision. Sounds like she's trying to be fair. It's her life. She's got to live it.
Couple things from me. First off,
Here we go.
I don't care either way.
Let the truth be
Change
told.
your woman.
I mean, really.
Just saying, I just thought I'd speak on it.
No, because that's her life. You have the right. And even if she does change her mind and go back, you have the right to change your mind. And it's her life to do what she wants to do. It doesn't matter. We don't matter that much because she don't matter to your life. So it don't matter what they do with their marriage. I don't wish that on anybody, but if that's what she decided to do, that's her choice.
Right.
And I'm a support either way. But I hope she come out with that remix.
Oh boy, here we go.
The remix is gonna call "That's a Rap." That's a rap. That's a rap.
I thought he was going to say
Some
something
people
like
really
flop.
do think this is a PR stunt to sell her album, but she did
It
make the
don't
point that she
matter.
doesn't have an album coming
Yeah.
out. She's not working on an album. Her song right now is number one,
A
not just
song.
in this country.
I know, but it doesn't
In
matter.
One
the
singular
world,
song.
right? So she doesn't need the PR stunt.
it
She's
doesn't
serious
matter.
about this. And to your point, you're right. It is absolutely her life, and whatever decision she makes, she has to live with it. But I think people tend to chime in, even though they're not asked, because we live in a world now where our lives can be public, and people quite honestly, people have always felt as though if they bought your album, they got to say.
People love
Even
misery.
even before
people love
social
misery.
media.
Oh,
Even-
yeah.
People.
So-
I mean, let's be honest. People love people to be miserable.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yes,
do that.
they live off of
you
it.
want to. She talk about this the voice, and now they want to jump all on her. And it's the same people who just last week were dogging out John Gray's wife for staying.
Yeah,
I give zero
Yeah.
for either one of them relationships because they had nothing to do.
yeah.
Listen, I got my own troubles.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, but like everybody else in
Right.
this world, you got your own stuff to go on there. You
Absolutely.
focus on
Right.
your own stuff.
Right.
I don't have an opinion for that. I don't want that to go through. They got a kid together. That's their personal trouble they got to go through.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion. Oh, she need to. That's her choice. If she choose to stay, she choose to leave.
Well, like you
They
said,
not give me a check.
everybody got
Don't
their
pay
own
me.
things,
Right.
but because they are public figures, it's like watching television. I'm not going to tune into the show because I don't want to. I want to see something happening.
Yeah,
It's funny enough. We Vassir and I was watching this movie, and I already knew it was a great movie because I already saw it. But it start slow. Really good movies.
Oh man,
Really good movies start really slow because they're trying to
Building it
build up, so the character of who you're watching, the reason why they're there at this
your
time,
emotions
and
involved.
and all of this stuff. Because when the action really starts happening, it's gonna all make sense.
yeah.
No.
And
No,
you're
you
gonna
don't.
you're gonna
No.
champion.
Really good movie
For the
don't
hero.
start really slow. No. That's a movie to build and build, and then you go, that was it? I wasted an hour and a half of my life.
Okay, Marvel comic movies. For those that did not know who Iron Man or Thor was, the very first movie they had that storyline at the beginning. They had to build
Yeah,
it up.
it didn't build slowly. You went in an hour going, what's going to happen? You had some action. You had to get it.
Okay.
You had to get it popping.
I guess.
Well,
Okay.
Well, that's my front page.
Better make a move.
Oh well, thank you, Vanessa.
That's
Here.
my front
Shout out to Cardi B. Make that remix. That's a rap. That's
Yes.
a rap.
Yes.
Handle your business.
That's a wop. That's a wop. Topic of the day: gender roles. Do they still hold a standard, man? 678-894-0026. We're gonna split decision. I think we would normally make Vassir the tiebreaker, but she's the whistleblower, so.
Standard. This is what the definition says.
You not gonna do it in your Siri voice?
Oh yeah, no. Here it is. A standard. A level of quality or attainment, or something that accepted as normal or average.
Correct.
So it's what you accept. That's your standard.
Yep.
But if normal's always changing.
Normal's not changing. People change.
Your norm.
My normal
Your norm
20
change.
years ago is not normal today.
Exactly. That's what. So your standard. So your average. So if you say I want a man with 6 figures, but you want to date men that making 10,000, your standard is here.
I just want to point out I would never say that.
Your. I mean, okay, you might not, but that's people that are saying.
No, I don't want a man with 6 figures. Just being clear.
Okay.
We live in Atlanta.
So you want a man less than 6 figures.
Listen, as a woman who dated several men
Whoa, man.
with 6 figures, you know what? I'm going for the dude with the right heart. Period. I'm
Go-
not saying he working it. And just let me put it out there. I'm married to DJ Hershey, so it's not like I'm checking for anybody. But if it came down to the man that was
Play
no
if you want. Cardi B is
no
single now.
disrespect. We'll address that after the show. But when it comes down to a guy with a modest job, say working at Burger King or McDonald's, with looking, hey, like Kanye said, he mopping the floor, but next week it's the fries. He's got passion. He's going somewhere. He has a direction he's going in, and he's genuine in his heart, and he's attractive to me. After some of these 6-figure dudes that I've dated, I would go with the guy with the best heart. Period. I don't care what's
That
in his
is a
pocket.
goal.
That is
That's
interesting.
not
Yeah.
what you are trying to obtain. That is a goal. Then your standard is your normal.
Well, listen to Vass say that. I don't doubt it. But it's just that it's not. You don't see this. This is not a common statement that you would hear a woman say that in this day and age. In this.
That's why I said people change.
Yes.
I think you do. I think you have, like, there are quite a few women here in Atlanta that probably have dated guys that make various salaries here in Atlanta, and they will go, I've had that. I don't want that, because, and they do look at it. But that happens a lot of time with maturity. So you see women in their mid-30s and up going, you know what? I'm just looking for this quality here. This is what's
Just
most
look-
important. I mean, no, these are qualities important. In my early time, this is what I thought was important. So I've evolved. So my standard, or what I average, changed.
Right. You know, in some places, you know, men is like, okay, my standard has changed. I just need a woman with the WAP because I got my own house. I got my own money. I already got. I just need
It's
that
like,
WAP.
It's like
WAP
you're trying to
don't
take
keep
care
the
of your
lights on.
kids. You're gonna make sure you got a car that
Right.
I
that's
ain't
got
looking for
the-
that. I ain't saying I
that's
need
got
you to
the-
live there.
It's
Just the
a
back
woman.
seat. With the
If I come over and there's plastic on your couch, I know what you after.
Uh-oh.
Whippity wop. Okay.
Speaking
plastic
of
on
that,
it.
let's
You
get
do
back
with
to
your
some good.
grandmama if you got plastic on your couch.
That's that.
Let's get back to some good music. This is the Kiss Radio Show live. We're gonna come back, and it's everybody.
listening to the all-new FUBU Radio, playing the hip-hop and R&B hits of today and yesterday.
Welcome back for the best independent music worldwide. It's the Kiss Radio Show live. Your music, your way. And your way to watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready for all things stupid from across the world with your boy Cornelius George and the Dunce.
Let's go.
We about to get this cranking.
Uh-oh.
Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. We're going to start off in India. You know, we like to travel overseas for our dance hat every now and then.
Well, let's do it. Let's do international dunce.
International dance hat. There was a man in India. He broke into a house and fell asleep in the room that had air conditioning. Yeah. He was awakened by the cops arresting him.
You think? Somebody's been sleeping in my bed.
I mean, you know how
was
how powerful air conditioning is that make you go to sleep.
Maybe that's why he broke in.
I'm telling you, man, you breaking out, you like, I'm gonna steal everything in here. I'm mad.
Got everything.
Ooh, it feel good in here. Let me just sit down up on this air conditioning
Oh, that's a nice one. I like it.
and fall asleep.
So technically, he broke in to steal the air conditioner.
Yeah, he broke in and found himself like, you can't arrest me, man, for going to sleep
Well,
on the air
he
conditioner.
found out it was a McDonald's special. That was
who
only good for a limited
who
time.
doesn't do that? The next one is
He did.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis.
They make the Dunce hat twice.
Uh-oh.
Why?
They're making it twice. First off, Louis is spelled Louis. I'm not slow, but that spells Louis. So I don't know if they saying it wrong or just people that look like me been saying it
French.
wrong.
Italian.
That ain't French. Come on, it's an S. We messing up the language again. Louis Vuitton. We're gonna call him Louis. That's somebody.
American
He
English.
must be black because they gave him a nickname. We're just gonna change it anyway.
So is his last name Vuitton or is it Vuitton?
Is the is the S silent or something in the word?
Y'all are killing
So
me
you
right
saying
now.
his real name is Louis Vuitton?
Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. And we want to go, it's Louis. It ain't Louis. It's Louis.
Don't like you.
It say Louis.
What you wearing? Man, you ain't got this Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Louis. But Louis Vuitton make the Dunce hat again because everybody's making gold, making a face mask, the shield.
Yes.
Right.
He's making a gold face mask with diamond studs on it
How is that going to work?
for his buyers to come in. Like, so you buy one of these, you can still shop at Louis Vuitton shop with your gold
Vuitton.
face shield.
Nice.
What?
Louis Vuitton
And how is
face
this
shield.
breathable?
It's gold around it and that same plastic you can get at Walmart. They just going and bedazzling a Walmart Dollar General face shield. That's all they doing. They just
Nice.
bedazzling it.
I mean, if you're going to do it.
If you got the money, Floyd Mayweather, to go waste it.
See, you just challenged him.
Hey.
Now we're going to see a poster. He going to have it.
He the one started calling him Louis because the name is Louis. That's what it was.
He going to go on like, look, Cornelius, I got my Louis Vuitton.
The next one, we're going to come on back to Florida. Y'all ready for it?
I'm so done. He said Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. That's
I'm
his
sick.
name. You're not going to call that man
I'm
Louis.
sick.
You ain't no Vuitton.
It's French.
It's Vuitton. You was
I
born.
don't care.
You was
Spell
born
it
on the
right.
west side of Indiana.
If you say sound it out, you're going to say Louis.
Okay.
Or Louise.
Well, we're going to go to Florida now. A father in Florida is very upset because his son was asked to remove his face mask
Where?
at school. He was at school wearing the face mask during the pandemic quarantine, coronavirus time. And the son's face mask just had advertisement on it for the restaurant Hooters. It just had Hooters on it. And the teacher was so upset that she asked the student to remove the face mask.
You've got a hand up in the back
Yes.
of the class.
You said it had Hooters on it. So
Yeah,
was
it just had the word
Hooters.
No, it just had the word
Oh,
Hooters
okay.
on the face mask. The teacher was offended.
Yeah,
It didn't say why. I thought
Dad.
she might have been offended because she didn't have some.
Dad
It's
is
an
trying
owl.
it. He's trying it.
That ain't trying
Dad
it. That's
is
just
trying it.
What if that was the
Would
only
you
one he
send,
had?
no disrespect, but would you send your child to school with a mask that says Trojan on it?
That's not
Why
the same
not?
thing. That ain't the same thing.
It is the same thing because it's for adults. Come on now, that's not age
You wouldn't
appropriate
send
at
your-
all.
That's not the same thing. Hooters
wouldn't
is
send your
a sports
Trojan
bar.
man.
It's a bar that
It's a sports bar.
it's a place that kids can go in.
Yep.
It's a restaurant. That's what it is. It's a family style restaurant. Kids can go. You can take your family in there.
Well,
And who
kids
the-
can go in Trojans too.
No, they can't.
Kids,
Leave her alone.
kids go in the
Technically,
Trojans.
they were not technically
not.
kids yet.
Yeah, see, something wrong with her.
Give her a dunce head on that
Yeah,
one.
the kids go in Trojans. That just
If you
sounds.
agree with me, send a hand.
That just sounds wrong on so many levels.
All the way around.
That sounds wrong on so many levels.
So let's get an understanding. The restaurant Hooters name is about the owl
Yeah.
on it. That's
Yeah.
the way the name.
It is
just
not about the owl on it.
Hold on. Listen. Listen, Linda, listen. It's Hooters. You see the owl. That's the way the name come out. It just so happens that they market it to very buoyant women waitresses. One and the same.
I like how y'all trying to clean that up.
Oh, I
Hey,
ain't clean
man.
it. Hey,
Ignorant.
You putting kids in Trojans.
No, I can't put kids in Trojan.
Well, speaking of people putting,
Oh,
well, speaking of things being put in places, there's another lady in Florida. Another lady in Florida. She walked into this particular store and decided that she wanted to try out the sex toys.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
There's
she
no
was-
fitting room for that,
Yeah,
ma'am.
well, she went
Here
into
we
the
go.
she went into the storage closet, got completely naked, and was using the toys. Yeah.
Is there one specific?
It didn't say which. They said toys, so she had a lot of them. She thought it was like Walmart. You can go steal a grape or
I
something.
need to know how many toys she had, how full was her basket or her hands, arms, whatever, and who let her in the back.
Her hands and arms weren't full, but other places were.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She was arrested after an hour.
She was arrested after an hour?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. And after an hour, she was caught or someone
No,
recognized that she was
no.
in there for an
the
hour?
The cops that came and they arrested her after an hour of being there.
After an hour.
Oh, she got her deposit and receipts. She good.
Yeah.
She got the experience she needed.
I got
Oh,
a
there's a
lot
hand
of
in the back.
questions.
They had to collect evidence, I guess, had to watch and keep in time.
So they waited a whole hour.
Yeah.
Was there
before-
video footage?
I don't know the video footage, but I know.
Was there a stakeout? I'm putting the storyline together. You said an hour.
It was a stakeout.
You said an hour. You could do a
They
lot
were-
in an hour.
They were rubbing the meat. What you talking about?
Oh, they was probably checked for fingerprints and
Oh, okay. Well, in the next story, we're gonna say, be careful when you let your family members come and visit you.
Oh, we already do
Be
that.
careful when you let your family members come and visit you.
There's a
What
selective
happened
list. It's
There was a
selective
man
list.
from Kentucky. He went to visit his family outside of Chicago. He
See?
caught the Greyhound bus, and after being there a couple of days, the family noticed a particular odor coming from his bag. And when he left the house to go to the store, the family opened the bag up and they found Shaquanda in the bag.
I am done.
Yeah,
Wait,
they were like,
what?
"Where's Shaquanda?" She couldn't make the trip.
Oh my
But
gosh.
he had dismembered Shaquanda. I don't know her real name, but they just dismembered her and had her in the bag. So be careful who you allow in your house. Hey, I'm just gonna come visit you.
Oh my gosh.
Not that it really matters. Was Shaquanda a relative or
No, that was his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
wow?
It was his girlfriend. He just the fact that he got on the Greyhound bus. I guess they don't like check your luggage.
They
and
do
anything.
not. They do not.
They don't. They just
Oh.
throw it in the bottom.
Somebody.
Or
Just,
let you carry it on. That's
Oh.
that's wow.
yeah.
That's disgusting.
That is.
That's gross. Ooh.
You carrying around? Okay.
And there's a dunce hat? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he
That's
gets
beyond a dunce hat.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with that one.
You done with that one?
Yeah. I can't.
All right. The last one
Can't
is
trust it.
Kanye West make the done that.
Oh,
Kanye West,
Gosh.
he tweets out a video of himself urinating on a Grammy Award
Just
because he's arguing with the record company. He don't have him and he's still going through that little tiff with the record companies. So he's urinating on his Grammy Award.
Yeah, that makes me turn in everything that you're asking for. It's your award. You got to clean it.
I don't.
What
get
does it do, Kanye?
I don't get
What
it.
does it do?
It just draws attention. That's about
all
it.
it is.
I'm just waiting for now. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, the Chicago artist got to pee on stuff.
Miss.
I was thinking that I wasn't going to say anything, but
I mean, I
it's
can't.
something
I'm
about
from
people
Chicago.
from
I can do it.
Chicago. Something about people in Chicago. That's just.
Am I missing out on something? Like Hershey, you're not sharing everything with me. What's going on?
I don't have that problem. I really
okay.
don't. Yeah, trust me, if you did, you would have known a long time ago. I sting
Chicago.
I need to check the fine line on my marriage, my wedding
I sting
They say
certificate.
they don't say step in the name of
There
love
might
no
be
more.
some fine line on there saying must accept golden showers or something.
Yeah, pee in the name of love.
Every time you wake up, your back is just itching.
Listen,
I wish it would rain.
so tired.
R. Kelly, I want to go outside and
Yo,
play in the rain.
nope.
That ain't y'all Chicagoans?
Nope.
Yeah, that's the done set, man. That's the done set. But I'm telling you right now, the lady with the sex toys, keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. But thank you, Cornelius, for that done set. Today, you had some nasty ones.
She can get a job on Amazon Review.
What?
She should have. She just called the company man and get a job for the Amazon Review board. Like, I don't want to write reviews.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, stand up and give a round of applause for CG and the Dunce Hat. This dude, oh my gosh.
And for the record, the eyes on the Hooters owl is a representation of women's breasts. It's a double entendre. Inappropriate.
I like doubles. Oh, okay.
Someday.
Let's get back to some good music. We're going to come back with a topic of the day and close out the show. This is the Kiss Radio Show here at iHeart, Kiss Radio, and radio.com.
praise team dancers.
Don't give them all to him now.
I ain't gonna do it, but y'all
go
pray
ahead.
for them right now.
Wednesday. We'll give you more information. Check us out on social media. Everything's posted around there.
Yeah.
Everything's
How
on
you get
social
information.
Everything.
Watch the film.
What about you, Core DJ Hershey?
Me? You can find me. Well, you probably can't, but I'll be at home. I got a lot of painting, a lot of decorating, a lot of things to put together. Dining room's looking like a storage closet.
Oh, don't tell people our business.
I'm just saying. Well, I mean, this we getting in our own space. It's
This
just
is
we
true.
just want to
This is
make
true.
sure we're normal.
Okay.
Like everybody else, until we're not. Yes, I said that. So, nothing big on me. Just prepping for the mix show for Saturday at 4 p.m. on FUBU Radio. I'm kind of going in this Saturday. I'm gonna tell you. I got a new damn studio. I'm gonna burn up. Just saying.
Forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Social media handles.
I am Core DJ Hershey. Core DJ Hershey, everything. You can Google me. It'll be there. Twitter, Facebook, Instagrams, Periscopes. My daughter made me a TikTok. I haven't used it ever. MySpace. Speaking of MySpace,
Black Planet.
Vassir and I had an interview yesterday. Shout out to two dope chicks.
Two dope chicks.
They had interviewed us, and one of the hosts I met years ago, and we were on live just trying to figure out when did we meet, and she said, "Oh man, I think it was MySpace." So talk about dating yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about dating also on the show.
AOLchat.com.
Blackvoices.com.
Vassir _Serrano.
Black Planet.
Everywhere. VASSIER _SERRANO. What about you, sir?
Cornelius George. Go to the website. J. Cornelius George. Go to the website.
Just
Go to the website. You find everything you want to know right there at the website.
Beautiful.
Well, there we go. Well, everybody, we want to thank you for tuning into the show. We're going to be back every Sunday, 4 p.m. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Facebook Live. Then back on Saturday. If y'all got a topic of the day, you know what? Hit us up in our DM. Look for the Kiss Radio Show Live. Hit us in the DM. We're looking for topics. We want to know what you want to talk about because we will moderate your conversations in your head.
We will. Whatever y'all arguing about, let us join in.
Let's put some more flavor on your discussion.
I want to play.
That's the Kiss Radio Show. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
TP, look, they get it, how they live it. Yeah, they live it, how they get it. FUBU Radio, keep it spinning. And if you like it, you should listen. But don't write what they inventing unless you finna call for what percentage. Now you tripping off that vision. Treat this music like religion. I told you we don't stop. DJ Hershey, let it bang at the side. Want a music revolution? Yeah, you come to the right spot. Oh, you wanna bubble with the beat? This FUBU Radio, Atlanta family. Truth hurts, Vassir to Cornelius, gon' call them up. Y'all been knowing this for a while.